My guest today is Brad Ledwith, and he's going to talk about The Mighty Oaks, a film about community and legacy and lacrosse. Brad, thanks for stopping by. How did this project start for you?
It's a project that became a passion project over a course of about 10 years. To being able to create a documentary about a movie about kids growing up in high school and the trials, the tribulations, the triumphs, all the things that kids go through, but through lacrosse and through sports and being able to tell the story. That's what we did. That's how it happened. It's a fun movie that I think your listeners will really get excited about.
So talk about specifically the process in your background and how this started for you.
This is happenstance organic. I grew up in Southern California, a baseball kid, and I never knew what lacrosse was. My kids, I put them in every single sport I could think of as far as camps are concerned. And I'd come home and I'd say, they'd come up and tell me, hey, I was soccer camp. Okay, it was okay. And, oh, I was basketball camp. It was okay. And I said, I was lacrosse camp. They're like, Dad, that was the most amazing thing I've ever done. So they were twins and they loved getting a stick in their hand and beating somebody else with it, just trying to get the ball away from the other person. And I was like, wow, this is unique. This is different. And I'm a sports nut. I loved watching my kids' passion towards sport that they loved and wanted to practice. That's really what it boils down to. If you want to practice, you're going to be great at something. So they wanted to practice. I didn't know anything about the sport. And I'm like, oh, I'll just YouTube it. And we got some kids together. And I said, oh, I'll just YouTube how to coach lacrosse. I got really lucky. And one of the parents in our town, he played professional lacrosse. And so I asked him if he'd help us. And he said, sure. And the rest is truly history. He impacted my kids' lacrosse career, their mentality towards sports, and their drive and grittiness on the field came from Coach Gary. And he was truly an inspiration beyond anything I can ever tell you. Now, how did that become a movie? At the Mighty Oaks movie.com on Amazon Prime next Tuesday on Apple TV, pre-order right now. How did it become a movie? I was trying to find a coach. After Gary decided he didn't want to coach anymore, I'm like, maybe I can create something like a Netflix special and maybe we can sell it and pay a coach because that's what we're trying to do. And a lot of people love the idea, but nobody wanted to pay for it, as you can imagine. Being an independent filmmaker is really difficult. Luckily, and fortunate enough to have some finances behind it. And I said, you know what? We got to tell this story. And it's about a story of kids coming together. They sucked for so long. For almost 3 years, we never won a game.
Wow.
And they still loved it. And we became a championship team trying to compete for a division title. And we played all the private schools and we're just a little public school. And it's a great feel-good story for the holidays, but as well as it's one of those stories, sports documentaries, people get really excited about.
No, it's absolutely. It's the excitement, the glitz, the glamour of just winning. Here's the thing. I think everyone loves the story of rags to riches and losing. There's no way you're going to win to finally win a championship where they thought you were the biggest joke in the world to now you are the biggest thing. This is why you should never write people off. Am I correct, Brad?
Oh.
How many people wrote you guys off for so years like you're never going to be anything?
You really don't realize that things evolve. When we started this program, you'll see it in the first part of the movie. There's kids sitting on the couch. I'm showing them when they were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. They're all still playing the sport that they love. We had 14 kids at our first event. Of those 14 kids, 8 went on to play college sports. It was truly an amazing story. And now people can see it on video on demand, on movie theater screens. And I wanted to make sure everybody realized that just because, like you said, winning becomes fun. But if you lose and give up, then you never get a chance to experience what that feels like. Working through failure to become a winner, there's nothing better.
Yeah. And it's the journey. It's the process. Talk about the journey.
Yeah.
The journey's the most fun thing. It's not the final result. It's the journey.
And the journey in this movie is truly like all of these stories coming together where you have volunteers, you have me kind of leading the charge, you have the referees, you have the coach. We've got a 3-legged dog in the movie. It's truly an empathetic opportunity to see kids succeed in the face of the tragedies that they've gone through, the challenges that they've experienced as kids, and parents coming together to encourage them to be successful. And it's a public school just south in the southern part of Silicon Valley in Morgan Hill, California, Live Oak High School. And it's a feel-good story, but with a lot of action. You're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to be rooting for the Mighty Oaks at the end, and can't give away the ending.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't give away any of it. I just think it's the excitement because everyone loves a sports movie. What has been the feedback so far for the documentary film for as a sports to get kids motivated to play the sport for sure in lacrosse, but the fact of any type of people that love this inspirational story?
Thank you for asking. We've been in a couple film festivals. We won the Poppy Jasper International Film Festival for Best Documentary. We had a screening. We got people coming to this movie who never ever knew what the sport of lacrosse was. And they're texting me going, this was an amazing story. It's like a Hoosier meets Hoop Dreams.
Yeah.
Aging myself with Hoop Dreams.
Yeah.
But it's truly an inspirational story. But at the same time, like I've said many times, sports documentaries are awesome. I love watching them. I get a lot out of sports documentaries. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you're going to love this movie. You got to buy it. If you like lacrosse, you're going to think it wins an Oscar. If you don't know anything about sports or lacrosse, you're going to like it. It's a great film.
100%. And that's the fun part. It's the exciting part. And that's what I love about it is the winning. And you created something and you finally see the final process of it. Your journey's over. Yep. What's next for you now?
Oh, boy. The marathon, I can see the finish line. On December 9th is the premiere on video on demand. And the pre-sales have been unbelievable on Apple TV. They've been setting records for documentaries, especially sports documentaries. You can go on Apple TV, themightyoaksmovie.com. You can go and pre-order. But December 9th, that's really the finish line for me to make sure everybody knows about it. Thank you for having me on your show. I know your listeners are going to love it. And you'd be surprised how hard it is to get people to spend $9.99. But I'm telling you, this will be the best $10 they spend over the next month.
That's where you get to learn all the stories we don't want to give away. That's for sure. And you have a website, right, Brad? People can check it out, right?
Yes, it's www.themightyoaks. And you can see all the backstory. You can get a few. You got to watch the trailer. The trailer it'll get you ready to go out and get a lacrosse stick right now.
All right, Brad, we appreciate it. And congrats on the success and the continued success, sir. Take care. All right, you're listening and watching The Neil Haley Show. We'll be back.